Hi everyone, Anthony Fantano here, the internet's busiest music nerd, and it's time for a review of the new self-titled Adam Green and Binki Shapiro LP. Adam and Green and Binki Shapiro are exactly who they say they are. One is a former member of the New York anti-folk outfit, the Moldy Peaches, and the other is currently a singer in the trio, the Strokes-related trio, Little Joy, whose self-titled LP was one of my favorite records of 2008. Now, one of the most charming aspects of this LP that I was excited for when I heard it was going to come out is Binki's voice. Her voice is so soft, breezy, emotive, it's just like honey on the ears. I think she would have such a larger audience if she were a part of just some kind of vocal pop record that came out in the 60s or something like that. Someone get this girl in a time machine, please. And Adam Green's voice does have its charms as well. It's kind of deep, it's throaty. He croons like an old soul, but he's kind of got this modern, cynical, slacker attitude. And he can be kind of lewd as well, which does add to his personality, which can be pretty funny sometimes. However, he's not really too much on the jokey side on this new album, I feel. If there is a downside to just his style in general, it's that songs of his can tend to be kind of sloppy, maybe feel a little rushed. Even though there isn't really a huge sense of comedy on this new album, there certainly is charisma and definitely romance on this very duet-loaded LP. I actually think Adam kind of shows maybe a slight bit of maturity through working with an artist who emotionally is more on that sweet, sentimental, kind of romantic side of the emotional spectrum. However, I don't really find the end result on this LP to be all that mature or anything like that. Actually, I would pretty much say that many of the songs on here are pretty twee, very cute, very quaint. And both of these artists have relied on that quality in the past to make songs work, make them entertaining, but man, that twee feel, it's extremely strong here. Really, to me, to the point where the most obvious comparison to this album that I can make is like She and Him. And, you know, I'm not really a fan of the M-Word Zooey Deschanel project. To me, it's really too clean, it's too cutesy, it's too wholesome, which is why this LP does appeal to me more. Adam and Binki, though they do go down this cute road, they do maintain a certain level of grit as they sing holding one another's hands, frolicking through a field of flowers in the sunset, which is pretty much how the song Just to Make Me Feel Good feels. Just as I suspected, there is a good handful of the songs on this LP that do feel kind of short, abrupt, rushed. It's kind of like taking part in a one-night stand where you're the person who didn't actually know this was going to be a one-night stand, and then when the person is gone in the morning, you're upset that it didn't blossom into a full-fledged relationship. So while this album may not be loved, the short amount of time that it sticks around is well worth it though. It's just a bit of light entertainment with some basic but nostalgic instrumentation, which sonically is a lot like that Adam Green album Minor Love that dropped a few years back. Production-wise, there are just a lot of similar qualities between that LP and this. There are a few occasional flares of ambition on this album, like the really awesome woodwinds on the very heavy closing track on here in 3, or the strings and the bells on the track If You Want Me, which just gives the song this huge sense of drama. Adam and Binki really do a good job of pumping some of these songs up instrumentally. There are some tunes here that are just nice, fine, refined pieces of Baroque pop. A little bit of Nancy Sinatra here and there, but certainly eccentric and strange enough to keep things from feeling like a ripoff or just redundant. And certainly another thing that keeps this album from feeling that way is the chemistry that Adam and Binki occasionally showcase together. The song Pity Love is maybe my favorite song on here, and it is really an awesome tune, a song with Adam and Binki singing in perfect harmony over these sweetly dark lyrics. Like, I offer pity love sometimes so strong that you fear me, or the line, mistake my pity love for the kind that needs you. Songs like this one go over really well. However, there are tunes like the song Pleasantries where Adam and Binki are kind of trading lines, singing back and forth, but are coming off really, really stiff in the process. The vocal performances on this track just don't feel as intimate as they do on others here. I mean, this song in comparison really is like listening to a very awkward school play. Sometimes Adam and Binki are kind of better off just singing their own tunes, like the song Casablanca, where Binki has a fantastic vocal part. The ha-ha background vocals are awesome, the harpsichord is a very nice touch, and there are lots of spots on here where Green singing lead, singing solo goes over really well too. However, I think the lowest point on the LP is the very messy and glockenspiel led I Never Found, which to me is just this junk pile of lo-fi instrumentation that just does not have the, I guess, sort of charm that other songs on here do. Overall, I did like this album, but not that much. Adam and Binki certainly do have some chemistry, do have something to work toward in the future if they decide to collaborate again, but there's just not that much length, there's not that much detail, and there's not that much intimacy to a good half of the songs on here, which are still likable on some level, but, you know, I just wish this album developed into more than just kind of a fleeting crush. Feeling a decent to strong 6 on this thing. If you've given it a listen, what did you think? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Why? And what do you think I should review next? Anthony Fantano, Adam Green and Binki Shapiro, forever.